What's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? How is everybody doing tonight? And we'd like to welcome you to We Ain't Goes. Sorry for the shaky camera, y'all. I'm excited, y'all. But just want to make sure you guys are tuned in to us tonight. You know how this goes, y'all. Now this been happening. We are now on episode 8.
Dang, we rolling them out,
Man. Every single Wednesday, having a wonderful time talking about relationships with the Hamptons. That is myself. My name is my wife. Ladies are first, so that is the lovely hype wife,
thanks.
and myself, Tezza Too Deep, and we're just talking to you all, and and just having some great conversation on Wednesday nights. And make sure that you have your drink of choice tonight. Anytime that you are listening to this podcast, make sure you pick out a nice little drink. And if you're doing a snack of snacks, whatever you want to do, then you can do that as well. You know what I'm saying? So just make sure you guys are just chilling and having a good time. We're gonna have some great conversation tonight.
For those of y'all that are on the actual live, Tez Too Deep got his hair out tonight. I see what's all up under here. Look at all this hair.
Okay, all right.
Come on.
Let's not make it about my hair. It's not a hair podcast.
Well, that's all right.
Yeah. So yes, if whatever your drink choice is, I think that it is great. And make sure y'all post a picture of your drink. Okay, so post a picture.
To the podcast.
Yes, right.
Tag
So
us.
exactly. So just make sure you tag us in your drink picture. And if you got a snacky snack, that's cool. I don't know why I keep saying snacky snack. If you got a snacky snack, then go ahead and post that picture too, and we're gonna have a great time. But hey, before we get started, you guys, we have to remind you of a few things that we want you all to get used to. But first, what is that thing that we always talk about first, hype wife? It's got to do with some exercise and all that other stuff. What is that called?
Too Bad Zumba. The number 2, BAD, as in beautiful and determined, or bold and distinguished. Zumba. I do those classes on Mondays and Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in Louisville, Kentucky at Renisha Stewart Photography Studio, 960 Ellison Avenue. And then I have virtual classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time via Zoom. And also at the YMCA on Saturday mornings on Broadway. So.
All right. And then what you're going to do is sometimes when you're in Zumba class, you might hear
a routine.
Yeah, you might hear this song from this one dude. He go by the name of Tez Too Deep.
Yes.
He is a wonderful hip hop and R&B artist. Make sure that you check him out on iTunes, Spotify, and all that other lovely stuff. Please do that. We want to make sure that you guys are getting content from us, and make sure you go to We Ain't Goes on all on Instagram and Facebook. Those are our main pages, and we have our podcast on Spotify and Apple Music,
as well as
Anchor,
YouTube.
Yep, YouTube. Oh yeah, because we live on YouTube. Yeah, and we're actually live
on
YouTube right now. So please make sure you subscribe to YouTube, because you get a notification and everything every single time that we go live. Same as Facebook.
What's the kids say?
What's
click
the kids
down
say?
here.
Click down here. Click down here. But yeah,
subscribe, the bell.
But baby, I don't know.
But not
if
on
it's
this
at the bottom.
one.
But
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, I got you though. I got the point that you was trying to make. So I think we got something else we need to. It's time to highlight.
You like how I look?
Yeah, I love how you look. You look great every single night. But tonight it's just you just shining. You just got a nice little glisten.
Yes.
You. Okay.
So tonight's local loot highlight is from Golden Hue. Yes, lips are popping. Today I have on Jane, but there's 4 total looks. We got Jane, we got 2001, we have Epitome, and we have Grand. So I'll show y'all all the 4
if you can
here,
see
if
it.
you can see
If
them.
you can see it.
But y'all need to go find Golden Hue on the Instagram, and that's Morgan January on Facebook.
Absolutely.
Just like the month January.
Yes.
So yes,
That's a very special person, though. So you better go support her.
Yes, that's my baby, baby sister.
All right.
So yes, absolutely. But Golden Hue is popping.
Yes. Harmony loves Golden Hue.
Yes,
she
Harmony loves Golden Hue. We will post Harm's promo video, because she has one for Golden Hue as well. So
Yeah, we love our kids. We always try to
Yes,
involve our kids and everything.
absolutely.
And then also, I have on a shirt that is from Just for Us. Is that right?
Just for us family.
Yeah, Just for Us family. Okay. Shout out to my family. They got a t-shirt company that they're working on. And my shirt says Black Lives Matter because that's facts.
Absolutely.
And they have a lot of different type of apparel that you can get. So make sure that you follow them and contact them. I will put their website up on our We Ain't Goals
We sure will.
page. Okay, so make
We
sure.
need to post a couple, so
Yeah.
we will.
Yes, so we will make sure that you get that. But it's a nice shirt, man. So if you can, I'm not gonna show it off too much because we recording the podcast. But if you can see it, it's blue. It's my favorite color. But other than that, yes, it says Black Lives Matter, and they will. I think they specialize in if you have a special order or anything, they will
They
get
do
something
bulk
printed.
order as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, they'll get something printed for you. So make sure you check them out as well. But guess what, y'all? Guess what time it is? It is time for the actual podcast. Okay. It is time to start talking about what we're going to be talking
Ooh,
about.
Jesus.
And
I'm a little nervous for this one, y'all.
so this is what this podcast is about. Okay. So this podcast episode is about, it says, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you some questions or ask the questions, whatever the case. Exactly. Whatever the case may be. Now, my wife was so nervous because literally I thought of this idea and I was like, hey, babe, let's do something tonight that's a little different. She was like, what do you mean? I said, instead of, going through, topics and talk about them, let's just randomly ask each other some questions and see how we respond or answer those questions. These are live. And guess what? We did not go over these questions.
I don't know what he's going to ask me.
And I have no clue what she's going to ask me. Okay. So you guys are here tuned into this. And we're going to see how this goes because we might be able to hopefully we'll be able to answer some relationship questions as well. And get some insight on that as well. And then what we're going to do is after we ask a few questions of our together, we're going to ask you all to post some questions if you're here and you're commenting, and we're going to read your question off so we can try to answer that to our best abilities.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So please make sure that you guys post questions in here. Don't post them yet. Let us get a few under our belt before y'all start posting these questions. So if you down for that, please do me a favor, put a blue heart emoji in the comments so we can go ahead and get this thing started. Okay.
I'm not first.
Hey, actually, let's do this to see if we go first.
I don't want to.
But ladies are first. I mean,
I can no.
Either way you want to do it.
I said 1, 2, 3, 9.
I know, but what I'm saying is either way, like you can either get I can either ask you the question first.
I'll ask you the question.
Or you ask me the question
I'll
first.
ask you the
So it's up to you because you're the lady of the
that.
night and you can do whatever it is that you want to do. Now, remind you guys, I have no clue what she's going to ask me.
I'm going to jump around because
Me too.
You told me that.
Me too.
Write down 10 of them.
Ooh, that's a blue heart emoji.
Hey.
See, y'all be listening. I love it when y'all listen. I swear I love it when y'all listen. Okay, come on. Let's get it started, baby. So the first question for me is what? Oh, geez. And make sure you're talking to the microphone, girl.
I am. I'm right here.
All right, cool. All right, cool. Let's get it.
Okay. What's your favorite thing about being married?
My favorite thing about being married is always having a partner. Always having a partner. Always having somebody that I can turn to when I'm really, really happy. When I'm really, really excited about like some news that I just got. All the successes, like having somebody that you can always be like, yo, guess what happened? You know what I mean? I accomplished this, and knowing that other person, is just as excited as I am. And then also, the downside, when you really are feeling sad, always having somebody there to be like, hey, I'm here for you. We can get through this. Let's just take our time. Don't get too frustrated. It'll be all right. Those type of things. So that is my answer to that question.
Well, that was a good safe one. We got to start safe. Start safe.
I don't know. See, because
start safe.
Because I'm
not
me.
looking.
You know me.
Start safe.
I'm crazy. Okay.
All right.
So I'm gonna ask you the first question that I wrote on here naturally. Okay?
I did too.
All right. Here we go. Where do you see this relationship this time next year?
Ooh, it's so deep.
It's too deep.
I know. I see us in a home of our own.
Okay.
I see us. I don't I think we're just doing bigger and better things. We've already started big with this podcast, and quarantine helped us a lot. But I think we'll do a lot more things together, even though we do a lot together. But I think more collaborative um, efforts would benefit us because we like to work together and we work together well.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that I don't know exactly what we would venture out to. I don't know if it's
Mm.
apparel, if it's I don't know. I ain't putting all the ideas out there,
Got you.
but I know this podcast has been pretty successful and we enjoy it. So I only see us going up from here with this
Yeah.
and helping
Nothing can
others
stop
as
us.
well.
We're
So
all the way up. Oh, well, great answer, boo boo. Okay, good. What you got? What you got next for me? What you got? All
my
right.
turn.
Okay, geez. Oh, now I'm nervous, y'all.
Okay.
All right. Whew. Okay, here we go. Don't be scared,
Okay.
cuz.
Okay. If you could relive a year of your life, what year would it be and why?
Oh.
Oh, hype
Okay,
like
if I
that a
can.
little deep.
So check this out. If I can relive, I would say, believe it or not, 16.
Oh, God.
16. I'm gonna tell you why I say 16.
16?
16 was the beginning of us officially, at least for me.
Yes.
Uh,
No.
so
Stop. Don't do that.
So 16 was the beginning of what, just to relive those feelings of being so happy with somebody
Of
and be
newness.
like, oh my goodness, man, I can't believe I got a girlfriend. She real cute. She thick.
Whoa,
All that other
Slow
stuff.
down.
I would want to go back to I was 16 and musically as well, because if I could take back some of the knowledge that I had now and when to use it when I was 16, I think I would have made some better decisions going forward. Like I kind of would have been ready to take the next step with my music a bit earlier, even though I felt like I always was ready.
But you always find out things later. Hindsight's 2020. Just like
Yeah, absolutely. But when I was 16 though, it was absolutely great, man. I mean, and we were just beginning to like really know each other. It was like puppy love stage. I'm not saying that it's bad now at all, but I just remember just to have that feeling of, oh man, I got a girl and she likes me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know that's my thing. She likes me back. You know what I'm saying? So that was great. And like I said, for my music, I think it would just be wonderful. My friends, like we would definitely, our relationships would be so much different. You know what I mean? And we were really tight. Exactly. We were super tight. I mean, like we had a super circle, I feel like,
you didn't
of friends.
see one of us without the other.
Yeah.
Like, it was like
period. Friends wise.
Four of us rolling deep minimum.
Yeah. Like,
minimum.
Yeah. At minimum, as because oh geez. And not to mention everybody was a rapper with me. So so it was just great. 16 was great, man. It was the start of everything. And I also say in high school, I feel like 16 is like sophomore year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So sophomore year for me was, oh my gosh, like thanks to the help of Mr. JC Campbell, and of course Shelby and Phil and Nate and Banks and all of them. Like I was able to be myself and kind of just do just be me. And they all accept, because we went to the wonderful DuPont manual. They were able to just accept me for who I was, and we just had a great. I mean, we just had a great bond. My friends, my music was just starting.
Life was pretty easy.
Yeah, and we were starting. Like I said, we were starting. I just got me a new girlfriend around that time, so that was absolutely great. Yeah, well,
I was just locked in.
Your fault.
Anyway,
all right. So we're gonna continue to ask some more questions. That was only, guys. That was only. She asked 2 questions. I asked 1. So we keeping count. Okay, we keeping count. All right, now here we go. Ooh, what do you think of me as a husband and friend?
I think that you are my best friend by far.
Why do you say that?
Because you are. Like, friends for other friends, you can be done with them or not think about them and maybe pick back up where you left off. But me and you, it's not even a choice. Like, we're always together and I can confide in you. And like you said to begin with, you can confide in me and somebody's just always there, just literally always there. Not even just physically, but emotionally, like the support that I have from you. You are truly my best friend. I don't tell anybody else my business, like any
don't do
issue
that.
that I may have, like I don't know. I just tell you absolutely everything. So and
I'm
that
a
makes
sneaker
you a
note. Is it
great.
easy to tell me everything? Is it easy for you to tell me stuff?
Yeah, you know what? I told somebody the other day. I was I was talking to Liz on the phone, and I was just telling her about how easy it was to talk to you, and that I actually said that in my vows, that it was easy loving you and it was
Oh,
easy to be around you.
well, too
Do you
deep.
remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. Now, like, as soon as you said it, I was like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
So yeah, that makes you a great husband as well. That's the easy part.
Well, that's beautiful. Now, ask me another question.
Oh Lord. Okay.
How many did you get down, baby? Because we flying through these questions.
I have 10.
Dang, let's go. Come on, let's go.
Don't don't
Okay.
tell me 10 and don't have 10.
But you was like, we only gonna get. Okay, anyways, come on. I'm sorry.
Whatever.
All right, come on, let's go.
Cause
Let's go.
we can
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
All
I
right.
got you. We may,
All right.
okay,
Let me
yeah.
go. Let me go light.
Just ask.
All
Away.
right. No, this is pretty heavy.
Okay, let's
What
go.
are some things that we used to do that you would like to do again? Don't be that way. Don't be that way.
Okay, let's see. That we used to do.
That we used to do.
Let me say this. We could be more affectionate, and that could be on both parts.
That's really me.
We could be
That's
more affectionate to each other, and I think due to our time, that's what has changed everything. But I guess being more mindful of the affection that we show each other, because at one point, you're always holding hands and kissing each other on the cheeks.
I can't even think about how much we
your
used to
head
do
hurts,
that.
baby. Come here. Can you kiss me forehead? Oh yes, I'll kiss your forehead, babe. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying like all cheesy wheezy all day, but I just think like amid when we see each other and we got places to go, took the word right out of my mouth. Spontaneous kisses and spontaneous hugs. And it helps with, I noticed too, it actually helps with our anger and frustration.
It does.
Because sometimes when you are not trying to, when you're not trying to make someone angry, and you can tell that they're really like getting frustrated out of the conversation, then sometimes it does like just holding their hand, or kind of getting close to them, and finding the way to get a kiss. Like, don't, like, here's the thing, you can't interrupt what a person is saying. Okay, that's what you're not gonna do. Okay, you're not gonna, like, if somebody's getting mad, please let them say everything that they want to say
I
first.
just be like, here, give me a kiss.
Yeah, you can't just say give me a kiss when I'm trying to talk.
Over.
Because but at the same time, no, I'm saying even with you want to be able to get out whatever it is that's just frustrating you. So you got to give a person a chance. I believe, like I said, we're not therapists, as we always say. You got to give a person time to at least express how they feel, and then wait for the opportunity, wait for the time, a hug, a slight grab of the hand, and say, I'm not trying to frustrate you.
My favorite
and I do
thing,
apologize for if I'm frustrating you. But we got to get through this conversation. It's just a tough conversation we got to have, or I'll just leave it alone and we'll talk about it later. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my favorite is a hug, because it truly does release endorphins.
Yeah,
and
it breaks
you
her
feel
down,
better.
y'all.
Yeah,
it breaks her down. I hugged you the other night, and you just was like,
I just didn't.
It was just a wrap. You just was like, no, I can't do it anymore.
I was having a rough day, and that hug really broke me down.
I like that. I'm gonna read this comment real quick because I think that's good. I like this. I like this. Good. What does it say? Can you read it for me?
Sure. Intimacy means more than just sexually. Sometimes it's a hug or a hand squeeze or just sitting next to each other in silence.
Yeah, I think presence. Everybody, like, your presence is.
Your presence is a present.
Yes. When you are around somebody, and you're comfortable with them, and they make you feel so comfortable, sometimes it is like, that's what you mean by sitting in silence. Sometimes it's just like, you know what?
Just be in there.
Hey,
yeah, just being there.
What you doing? You ain't even doing nothing. Maybe you just sitting by me at the time, and you're just listening. I tell you, people all the time, listening is the perfect thing to do to have a great relationship. Sometimes you just need to shut your mouth and listen. That's it. Just listen. Don't
Very hard for me to do because I be trying to fix.
Or not even. I mean,
No, I'm
you
just
don't always try
about
to fix.
listening to your
but
problem.
sometimes
My brain is going like.
Let me say this. Sometimes it's just adding to. Like sometimes people don't want to. I don't
Yeah,
want you to always to
cents.
add to
Yeah.
what I'm saying. I just want you to listen for a second, and then there's an opportunity. Like I always say, timing. You just gotta wait for your opportunity to say what it is that you gotta say. So, like if someone is ranting or upset in a relationship, give them time to say everything that they want to say, and then put in your ad libs.
It's so hard.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the hardest thing in my life.
I don't think you're
is.
so bad at it. You maybe struggle with it when we actually are having trying to make a hard decision about something. I think just on a regular basis, you're pretty good at listening. You know what I mean? You're pretty good at just.
Thanks. I tried, but I know where I fail.
So. Yeah. But see, I wasn't good at listening, and it took me falling out with a coworker, and her telling me. She told me, she was like, you know what, Mr. Cortez, I noticed something about you. And I was like, well, what do you mean? She said, it seems like when I'm talking to you, you are already planning what it is you're going to say instead of listening to what I got to say.
Wow. I remember you telling me that. And I know exactly who that was.
Yeah. And I was just like, you know what? You're kind of right, because I don't want to listen to you right now. And I told her that too. I said, I don't want to hear anything that you got to say because of, kind of what we were going through at that time. But it stuck with me because I started using that as an example of me learning how to shut my mouth and listen to other people and listen to my wife when she's really got something to say. You know what I mean? So always do that.
Yeah, you're great.
Yeah, I always do that and try to pay attention to what you take something and learn it. You know what I mean? Oh, well, I'm getting there. I'm getting there slowly but surely. Okay, so is it my turn?
Yeah.
I feel like we in a versus battle. Like, what number you
what's
on?
What's the score?
Yeah, what's the score? Right. All right, so you just read your third question, right?
Yes.
Ooh, I got a good one for you.
I'm scared.
No, this is a good one. And this is real, and the people can relate to this one. Do I satisfy you still?
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Period. In all the areas, baby. All the areas. Come on now.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. Is it
I don't have point blank period.
Yeah, I can't because my mind's only in one place.
Oh, too deep. All right. Okay. So
all right, next question.
Jeez Louise.
Let's see. I already said that one. What was our best date?
Our best date.
Yeah, what was a good date?
Listen, our best date was waist deep.
I knew you was gonna say that. I freaking knew
and
it.
I'm gonna tell you why waist deep.
That's terrible because that was so.
It was early. It was super early.
Long ago.
But I'm gonna tell you something though.
Yeah, we was like 18.
We were young.
That's
it was
terrible.
Cool. I remember it's like, yeah, and we went to Dixie Dozen. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
When Dixie Dozen was this was
I
when
love
Dixie
our
Dozen,
people, but Dixie Dozen.
No, this was the end of Dixie Dozen. Like this was like towards
the demise.
This is
for
when
real,
it was
the
it.
demise. Like
now we had a great time. I mean, we were, young,
18?
having a good time. Like, oh my God, we had a movie with each other and all that type of stuff.
I bet you I couldn't have took my mama in there.
But the funniest thing was like the people in there were so ratchet. Like, I mean, I remember people like making comments at the movie while it was going on.
If y'all ever had a bootleg and y'all seen the people walking back and forth.
And you know how you watch Netflix at a party? You get what I'm saying?
That's what it sounded like.
That's what it felt like. It was like, what?
Oh, and the end when he came on that beach with that horse in his
head.
And
it was just,
they said, what?
Yeah. It was
a wrap.
It was just funny, man.
Come on, butter carpet. You're absolutely right.
Wait a minute. Don't y'all front. Now, anybody in our generation, y'all better not front. Hold on, babe. Because y'all better not front on Dixie Dozen. Like y'all wasn't at Dixie Dozen almost every single weekend. Because you remember Dixie, you remember Dixie Dozen and was it Champs was like fat, like dumb fat. If it wasn't one, it was
Yes.
the other. Champs had the
Yes.
line going all the way back to yonder, and then Dixie Dozen would just have so many people in there waiting to go see their
Y'all. And
movie.
then you be in the arcade and
Yep, in the
Dixie
arcade and all
Dozen.
that. I remember when
Where
Chuck E.
did
Cheese was by Dixie Dozen. Do you remember
come
that?
on, you what? You
That's how
really
much.
dating you.
That's no for real. That's how much I no real talk. That's how much. That's how much we was at Dixie Dozen. We was at Dixie Dozen almost
It was
every
on
weekend.
Time. And our parents
Absolutely.
they never had to take us.
Absolutely.
So it was just like
we
go.
were always there. You see everybody at Dixie Dozen. And like I said,
there was no way you went and you didn't know anybody.
Absolutely. So it was always turned up. It was always chill.
But what about
I bet you a lot of people saw me, but they didn't know I was going through my gangster phase during that time. They probably didn't even know it was me. But I'm
sure
pretty,
they didn't.
I'm pretty sure I was hoodied out, bandanaed up.
I'm sure.
Yeah, during that time. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
Where did we go to the movies when we all went as the friend group for Christmas? And then
I don't know.
I can't even remember.
It wasn't
that
Dixie
was a long
Dozen.
time ago.
It wasn't Dixie Dozen though. Dixie Dozen. I don't care what y'all say. At one point, Dixie Dozen was crack. What happened was we got older, and then we realized, like, what is these kids
we putting
doing?
up with this?
Like,
sit down.
We gotta get better. We gotta do better than Dixie Dozen. That's what happened. Because y'all know about y'all. I used to skip movies in Dixie. So I used to go to movies.
Be at the movies all day.
Yeah, be at the movies all day because I would go to one movie and then if I didn't like it,
go to the bathroom and then go back to the next one.
No, I wouldn't even go to the bathroom. I just walk into.
No, I needed a break. I drank a lot.
I'm about to say I just walked into the next one. I mean, they didn't really care. What was they going to?
Not at all.
Like, come on, it's Dixie Dozen. It's like they didn't care. So yeah, we just walked into the other movie, and if we didn't want to watch that movie, we go to another one.
Nobody checked stubs. Like nobody did that.
But it was just memorable because I remember we just kept talking about everything on that date. Like we was just like, I can't believe these people, and we young at the time too. But we just like, man, these kids is out of their mind. Like, what is going on? And I just really, that was just great. That was just a great memory.
That was a fun time.
Now looking back on it, it was pretty fun.
I bet you I would never put up with that right now as somebody's mama. Like, there's no way.
Nah,
I'd be in there snatching kids. Like, what are you doing?
You wouldn't be snatching kids. You probably just leave.
Oh, you right.
CJ and Harmony be mad, but
you right.
We just get up.
Right, because I don't deal with that.
And leave. All right, now you ready for another deep question, baby? Are you ready?
This is too much.
Okay, this is a deep question. And then what I want y'all to do is get y'all fingers ready, and I want y'all to start asking us questions. As soon as I get done with this question, then we're going to answer one of your questions that you all have for us. So your question right now, are you ready for this one? And we're going to see how this goes.
Did 4?
You're on you did 4, so it's my fourth one.
This is your fourth one. Okay.
So, okay. What makes you fight for this relationship besides the kids?
Because you're my best friend. Like I already told you that me and you are one. So the goal is for us to be on one accord every day after every interaction with each other. You're not a person that I'm supposed to combat. So I need to fight for us. I need to fight for you like I'm fighting for me. So
like, is there anything else besides like, I know like the togetherness of us, but like you personally, like if someone was to ask you, like, what just makes just Jessica?
I don't even feel like I'm fighting. That's the thing. Like,
Ooh.
It's easy.
Okay.
It's not always easy, but when times are hard, we fight through it together. I don't feel like I'm fighting alone.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good one. All right, y'all. So we're going to ask you all to ask us questions. If you guys don't have any questions in the next minute or so, then we're going to go ahead and continue on with our questions. And thank you so much for continuously commenting in the comments. We appreciate it. We will try to read those off as we go along. But this is the podcast, episode 8, and we're just asking each other questions because I feel like sometimes, I really do. I feel like sometimes you guys as people in relationships, you should do this. You should just ask each other like how you feel about things. Like, just learning more about your spouse.
Assuming like you just think that y'all in the same headspace, but we just never know.
Yeah, especially when there's two different people growing. You know what I mean? When there's two different people, when you realize that Cortez and Jessica are still two different type of people and two different people. When you realize that, I think asking questions help. Like it's like, yo, okay, like you said, what kind of headspace are you in? We're trying to attack what goal right now as a team. You know what I mean? I want to attack it this way. You want to attack it that way. How do we compromise all of that? You know what I'm saying? So Let's go ahead and you
I'll
ask
ask you
another
one
question,
more.
baby.
I'll ask you.
And you guys go ahead, fill up the question.
What
So
did
if you
I
got a
already
question,
ask you?
then go ahead and do that now. Go ahead and put it in the comments. We would love to read your question off. What you got for me?
What's something we've never done together that you would like to do?
Let's see. It honestly, and I think you know this already. I would like for us to travel more.
All right. Second question.
Hold on. Travel more. Let me clarify this because I want you to know what I mean by this. I want us to travel more alone.
I understood that. I heard it when you said us travel more, not us traveling more with others. Yeah.
Okay. Just us, me and you. All right. So we got some questions. I'll be saying the person's name on this.
I mean, if you want to.
Okay, cool. That's cool with me, man. That's cool with me. So I'm gonna have you read this question. Let's go.
What's your favorite non-sexual physical part on your partner and why? Non-sexual.
Physical part? Okay, non-sexual physical part.
I feel like all the parts are sexual to me.
No. Okay, non-sexual. I'm gonna tell you what it is about her. I love your eyes. Your eyes are so pretty. Like you got this like little
they're barely there. I'm trying to open my eyes.
They like slant a little bit or whatever. And then you got some pretty eyelashes too. And your eyebrows.
No, that's not fair.
Oh, sorry. But I just meant I'm just saying your eyes complement your face very well. So that's why.
Well, thanks. I was gonna say your eyelashes because I've always noticed your eyelashes since we were freshmen in high school. I've always noticed them things sit off your face. See, but I would say lips, but then that gets too sexual for me.
I guess so.
Definitely eyelashes because I feel like it's not fair that men can grow them and we have to put them on. Whatever.
All right. Let's see. We got another question. Go ahead. You want to read it?
Ooh, this is a good one.
Come on.
All right. This is great. Okay. Morgan says, how do you help your significant other elevate without making it seem as if they're lacking? How do you let them know that it's time for a change? The adolescent mindset has to go. Come on, teenager.
No, I'm going to tell you what it is. And this is something that I hope you have, Morgan.
Patience.
Yep.
For sure.
Patience. Can you put the question back up so we can make sure people know what we're talking about?
Yes, so, this is the question we are attacking.
Yeah. So it's really just about patience. As I think if you heard, like literally what I just said was, we're two different people. And since we are two different people, that doesn't, even though we're in a relationship, that doesn't mean that we're growing at the same pace. Right. Unfortunately. Some people realize things a bit earlier. Jessie always says about me, she said, hey, you always realize what you wanted to do. You always had a dream. You always knew what you wanted to do.
But me, it took me a while to get there. And I don't know, maybe it was because I was supporting his dream, or I didn't even have a thought in my head like, what am I going to do with myself?
Yeah, I think
besides school anyway.
Well, in my opinion, I think when I was just kind of evaluating you, I just think you were just figuring it out. You just didn't have an answer. I think you just you knew you were talented. You knew what you loved to do, but you just didn't know.
I didn't know how to make it a dream.
Yeah, right. And you know, and during that time, I felt supportive, but at the same time, I felt like I still have to continue to do what I wanted to do because I want us to be successful as a family. So, you know, my grind don't stop. You know,
that's what I was going to say, because if you have a grind, it could benefit y'all later. Like if he's even supporting your dream, it will benefit the unit later. And then maybe he'll figure out what he wants to do, or whatever goal he wants to attack at that point, it'll come to fruition. But
yeah, and whenever you're trying to elevate, it always starts with a conversation.
Very
as well.
And also, you wanting to help might seem pushy at the moment to him, or you just don't know. Like if they're trying to work out the kinks of stuff and trying to plan, and maybe they will let you know when they need some. You just don't
understand what another person is feeling until you talk to them. That's why I say having a conversation with them is perfect, because when you can talk to your spouse or your girlfriend, boyfriend, or whatever the case may be, that is a good starting point, because then that's going to get you to where you guys need to go. And then you can't put pressure on somebody if they're not growing as fast
Mhm.
as you are, or they don't have a dream, or they don't have, something that is that they want to do. That's why I said patience. That's why I answered it and said
Yeah.
patience. Please continue to be patient with your boyfriend, girlfriend, spouse, or whatever the case may be. The adolescent mindset has to go, but it takes time for that to go.
But y'all still young.
Yep,
Also,
absolutely. Everybody's still young. I'm still young too. Don't get it twisted, cuz.
you right.
All right, so what we got next? We got how do you stay intimate with kids? I love my wife, period. That's it. I mean, she's still
When
fine to
you
me.
say intimate,
And
like,
well, I'm gonna say physically. Physically, she's still fine to me. I still think she's beautiful. I still think she's cold, as I used to say. Hey, she cold, bruh. Like all that, she's raw.
she
So she
raw.
tight. You know what I
She
mean?
tight, fam.
So I still think all of those things. So it's easy
Hilarious.
for me to talk to her. It's easy for me to hold her hand. It's easy for me to give her a hug. It's easy for me to sit
I'm gonna
by
say
her
something
as
else.
well. Go
It's
ahead.
easy to get in routine too. So we, like he said earlier, he wished that we did stuff like holding hands and be more affectionate more. So I got that noted, and I'm just gonna keep that in the back of my mind, and that'll help with our intimacy as well.
All right. Okay. Knowing each other now, what advice would you have given yourself before pursuing or marrying each other?
I don't even know because we've been knowing each other then too. So
I
I
I
don't know.
I'm we
Ooh,
how do we answer this? Okay,
this
knowing
is
each other
this.
now,
Hold on, let's break
what
this thing
advice
down.
would you have given yourself before pursuing I don't this is gonna sound so this is
Just say it.
I'm not trying to sound cocky
Say,
or
let me
anything.
touch up my
I'm just
lips real.
saying that I wouldn't give myself. Oh, it's gonna sound so bad. I wouldn't give myself any advice. I mean, maybe prepare for the unknown. I would probably say that. Okay, prepare for
Yeah.
something that you may not see. I would say that because
Yes.
that did like even when you were dealing with was it postpartum when you were
Yes.
dealing with
Those are
that.
things we wouldn't have known at 16,
Yeah.
17 years
So
old.
prepare
Like,
for the unknown. Things
yeah.
will happen that's out of your control, Cortez. So remain humble, remain open, and keep that same energy
Keep that
throughout
same energy. I
throughout
wish
this
that was a thing.
entire relationship.
Yeah,
Keep that same energy.
I think so. I agree.
You agree?
Yep.
Okay, we got another question. How do you keep things exciting after being together so long?
You know what? I think for me, it's being around other couples also, like that sparks us back up. Even you know how people say when you go to a wedding and you just get the lovey-dovey feels all over again. I kind of get that kind of energy off of good couples also when we hang with our couple friends, or even making a point to have date night. Like we definitely make it a point, which we did learn in therapy because we were just doing like once a month, but our therapist was like, that's not enough to tap in and get to know each other.
Especially with
And
our schedules.
yes, so we had to be intentional with our approach with each other, like no matter what. So I think, and going on different dates, like planning different things. So I think for me, it's just being intentional about our relationship. What do you
Mm.
think?
I think how do we okay, how do you keep things exciting? I just, being spontaneous and never losing that.
Mm-hmm.
And like when you're spontaneous with somebody and you do something for them, they show you a reaction.
Mm-hmm.
And when they do show you that reaction, however that reaction is, it makes you either want to do it some more or say, I don't know if they really like that. So
Yeah.
let me maybe find something. So I'm always searching to make my wife happy. So that is how I keep things exciting, is because I want to continue to make her happy. I want to continue to make her feel comfortable in our relationship. And, I want her to be with me forever. So, if you want to be with somebody forever, you got to make sure that they happy forever.
Mm-hmm.
Even during the hard times, you want to make sure that you do that.
Hold on.
Hold on,
He
that's one right
retyped
here.
it.
He retyped it.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. So we're
This
gonna
is a
continue
really
to.
good one.
Okay. We're gonna continue to get to some more questions. Right here.
Yeah.
All
Hold
right.
on, wait. Let me see.
All right. Here it is. Right here. Stop.
Okay.
All right.
All right. How do you break away from old family traditions or make your own? for example, he said Christmas and Thanksgiving. Okay, listen, brother man, we're dealing with that right now. Like every year, we've had children 7 years old, about to be 4 years old. It's really has taken Harmony's birthday to be Christmas Eve. I'm not even gonna lie, for us to break tradition. We said, you know what? We're not gonna be able to come over this year for the Christmas Eve shindig because our child's birthday is priority. Because otherwise, we would be house hopping. Boy,
Listen, well, here's what we're gonna say. I would say, thankfully, our daughter was born on like for Christmas in general. Thankfully, our daughter was born on Christmas Eve. And I said, y'all know how I am about our kids. Whatever my kid's birthday is, whatever my kids come first.
Priority.
They are first priority. Yeah. So too bad, so sad. You know, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but we're doing whatever Harmony wants to do
but for
on her birthday.
That's normally around my
Thanksgiving,
birthday.
yeah, but Thanksgiving is normally around your birthday. That's correct. But I think
but that's my favorite holiday. So I really struggle off of.
Yeah, we struggle with us is just going different places because I'm a mama's boy and my mama has a tradition. So you know, I'm always, and I'm like one of the, you know, I'm the sibling that's almost token, you know, like, hey, you know, Cordy, I need you to do this. Cordy, can you do this? Make sure you bring this.
Bring us a bag of ice. Bring us this.
So what we did start, and let's give ourselves some credit. What we did start, we started a Christmas breakfast. Is that what it is?
Christmas
breakfast.
Christmas breakfast.
Yeah,
yes,
Christmas breakfast day. We actually just sat down and talked about it and said, hey, what are we going to do in our house that is, you know, something we do every year? Stockings, coloring stockings during Christmas time. For Thanksgiving, I think we're still figuring that out. We do have a plan. We do have a plan, but we got to wait till we get what we want to get then. But yes, we do have a plan to make Thanksgiving happen. But at the same time, it's just really communicating
That's what
with
I was
each
gonna say,
other.
because for us, it's like, hey, we're gonna be at this house from 3 to 4. Transition for 30 minutes for travel. We're gonna be at this house from 4:30 to 5:30. Like it just, we really have to make a point to leave at the time we said we were going to leave. We will cut the eyes across the room like, hey, you ready to go?
Yeah, but if we want to break old family traditions and make our own, we literally just decide it. Like we talk about it, we decide it, and we talk about it so we plan it. So it's like we're not going to talk about it the week before Thanksgiving.
No.
We're going to have to talk about this months in September, October. Yes. Like, okay, hey, you know, Thanksgiving is coming up. What is our plans? Do? Yeah. You know what I mean? Even Christmas Eve, we even trying to figure out what our actual plans are going to be for Christmas Eve this year, because they may change from what we usually do. At least during the nighttime, because you know Harmony's birthday is Christmas Eve. So we'll be, you know, all about her during the day, but maybe during the night we might have different plans for this for Christmas Eve. But when it comes to that, you know, we make our own.
It's hard though for, I'm sorry to cut you off, but it's hard for us just because I have extended family, like, well, step parents and on both sides, but his parents are still together. So going to one house is great for him, but like my dad and stepmom are gonna do something because Jane be throwing down, and then my mama be throwing down at her house, and then we used to go to grandmother's. Like it was just a lot.
It's hard to balance. It's hard to balance because, you know, I'm a plate grabber. I grab a plate everywhere.
I'm grab plate them out.
But it's quality time. But it's quality time for holidays.
It is.
People want to spend time with you, which is understandable. So that is a tough one. But you just make your own. And sometimes you say, I ain't going nowhere. You coming where I am.
Yeah, y'all bring me a plate.
Yeah, y'all right. You come here. And if they don't come here, then that's on them. I'm gonna read this one question. I'm gonna read this one question, and then
this next question is easy.
Oh, and Andrew, let me get to this as well. So he says, I'm stretched across states with his family. It's planning. That's what I mean, bro. Like you guys have to plan out what it is that you want to do.
Or alternate years. We know some friends that alternate years.
I know, but that goes with planning, because even if you can't alternate the year without planning. You know what I mean? You can't be like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, this year we went last year. No. But you gotta make sure you plan it out and talk to each other. That's just key. Yeah. All right, now, if you were to write a book on your relationship, what would the title be? What would be the title? I'm sorry.
We
We
ain't
ain't ghosts.
ghosts.
We just us.
We're just us.
That's kind of simple. I like that. R be all blue everything. No, I'm just playing.
Dove love.
You know, what I mean, Dove love. Whatever the case may be,
I don't know.
it would be something
It'd be
like that.
something like
All
that.
right. So who left off on the question? Was it me? Is it my turn to ask you a question?
No. Let me remember. Let's see if I.
Okay. I think.
Oh, I asked the date one.
Okay. And I asked you. No, no. You asked one more.
What I asked?
You asked something else. I know you asked something else. So I think it's my turn. Okay.
Yeah,
Now.
what was your answer?
Okay.
To
Are
that?
you ready for this
Okay.
question? Okay. This is a good one too, because I think this is a good relationship question. How can you calm me down when I get angry? Like, what steps do you use? What do you think? See, now this I told you this is a good one. This is a good one. Now,
what's
hold
wrong?
on. Let me say this real quick. If you are in a relationship right now, please pay attention to this answer. Whether it's right, wrong, whatever, pay attention to this answer because we're getting somewhere with this. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say for you, it's not to ask what's wrong because that agitates your soul when I should know what's wrong with you. So I should hold your hand and look into your eyes and ask you, is there anything I can do for you at the moment? I don't know.
What? Okay, so what if I'm like, what if you see me, like you see, not really angry with you, but maybe angry with another person?
I don't know.
What would you do? Because you saw this before. You saw this before.
I've seen this.
You've seen me be very angry at somebody else, and you've been in a situation, and I've seen what you did.
But that didn't work for you.
No, it worked because of the level of angry I was at that time. But
this is a great question because I don't know how to deal with it because.
Well, here's the thing, and this is why I put angry, because you know how I am. I'm like one of those frustrated people. I get frustrated easily. I'm just like, whatever. You people get on my nerves, and you know what I'm saying. And I just move away. But I'm talking about literally when I'm angry. You know what I'm saying? Not angry at you.
I just leave you be for real until you want to come back and talk about it, because the more I ask you questions, the more I agitate you about the situation. Not even if it was me, but I just need to let you vent and let you say what you got to say, and then listen.
Okay, cool. I think that's probably. I think that's most likely. I mean, the only time
you don't even got the answer to the question,
because babe, you know how I am. I never want to tell you what I think you should.
That's
I'm always
what I
like
started
that.
with.
Yeah, so I think walking away is the perfect thing to do, depending on the situation. But I think it's the comeback. So when you do finally see me.
I don't know the timing in between that. That's what I struggle with.
I mean, I think walking away is fine because, you know, like when I'm all the way to another level, you know what I'm saying? It just happens that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you just have to, you know, make sure you don't do nothing too crazy, however the case may be. But you walking away and then coming back, my thing is when you come back, just always make sure, you know, don't be like, now, you know, don't add to the anger, is what I would say. Try not to add to someone's anger.
Yes, because I be like the petty part. I'm like, well, why you still mad? Like,
yeah,
that's the part. I'm like,
it's like you still mad. You shouldn't have been over.
Yeah,
well, you know, you can't act like it, because then it's like when someone's angry, you know, you just got to know how to approach them. I say be calm as possible. You know, continue to be calm. Whenever your spouse is like mad at something or in a situation where they're really angry at somebody else, I think the other spouse should always be calm. Yeah. I don't think both of you all should be angry.
Too hot heads.
You know what I'm saying? It's two hot heads at the same time. No, and I think that you guys should discuss a look or discuss something, you know, with each other to kind of get your attention. You know what I mean? Even if it's, hey, you looking around, if you see me, you know what I mean? Or if I see you, all right, try to, you know, take some deep breaths, or, you know, walk towards me, or do something to try to, you know, alleviate from you, because, you know, when you put other people in a situation, you never know what somebody else is going to do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So if you're arguing with somebody else, my levels is always to, and we calming this down now, because if I get mad, I'm smacking everybody. So you know what I'm saying? Like, so we're gonna go ahead and calm this down now. You may think that's unfair, but I just want to make
I just want to
sure.
be mad.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that we ain't about to, get. It can't be Cordy and Jesse out here tripping. You know what I'm saying?
With
like,
the rah,
yeah, we can't do that. But at the same time, we just got to find a good balance of, like, you know what, I'm walking away, and or whatever the case may be. My wife is here. I had a situation to where I didn't even realize you were there, but you was, and you pulled off. You know what I mean, and did what you had to do. But there was a situation. You know what I'm saying? I just was like, look, I wasn't even paying attention to you. Could have went to jail that day.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Crazy.
I did because I got the kids and
yeah. So I was okay with that, because I was like, if I did go to jail,
but
I didn't want nobody to. I don't want my kids to see me going to jail.
I knew where you were. I knew the environment you were in, and I knew who was there with you, had you safe.
Yeah. So your goal was just getting the kids safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. You go to another. Yeah. Absolutely.
All right. That's a good point.
So, and I like this. Let me see, because this is a good comment.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Definitely have to stay calm. Let him vent, or if he don't want to talk about it,
I go play with the kids and let him have his space.
Yeah.
He'll come back. Yeah, but I guess you're looking for me to come back, and she's like,
I think I'm looking for the intimate part where you just sitting there. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'm just looking like, just listen to me, babe, because I'm pissed off. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just need you to listen to me before we even, and sometimes we just want to shut each other off. You know what I mean? But yeah, we want to do that. And then also, this is also a good one. Go to another room.
And blast him when everybody's gone.
Yeah, it's just different ways to deal with people.
You know how to deal with your spouse.
Yeah, you know how to deal with your own spouse. So definitely do that. But that was a good question for me. Oh yeah, thank you. And guys, we still taking questions from you all.
I have a question.
I know we're still taking questions from the audience as well. That is paying attention to this lovely podcast. Please make sure you put in your question right now. Go ahead and put in your question now, and we're going to answer that question before we get out of here. Go ahead, babe.
I think this is going to be a longer one, because I really want to ask you a couple more of these. Okay, so you said you want us to travel more. What is your dream vacation spot?
Mine? California knows how to party. So I want to go to Cali. I don't know. I have a lot of dream spots. So if I'm trying
to go far.
Like you talking. Oh, okay. So cool. I know.
You talking about domestic California? Then what?
I'm getting to Africa. I'm getting to that point. I've never really been big on just going to Africa, but I'm kind of getting, Africa, maybe even Dubai. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Dubai.
You know what I'm saying? Like maybe around there.
We know we can't go nowhere because of homegirl Corona.
But in the States though, I would love to go to California. Go back to Florida. I maybe want to visit Texas, but I have never really.
I want to visit
New Orleans. In New Orleans,
I want to visit Texas.
New Orleans. I really want to visit.
I want to visit New Orleans, for sure. But I want to visit Texas also, just because I heard the music scene.
Yeah, and Beyonce's from there. Don't try to act like that. Yeah, she tried to slide that in there. She knows she won't go because.
But that's not what I said.
Beyonce.
I just said Texas. I didn't necessarily say Houston. Well, whatever.
Okay. Do y'all guys if you guys have any more questions, then definitely go ahead and ask that. Okay, so now my next question for you is, why is this going to be?
Should
what I'm about
shadows
to go.
Come?
You know what I'm about to say.
No, what?
Why? Not like why you got to fight for it. But why in your heart? Now, give me another answer. Don't just say something simple.
Oh my
why?
God. Why are you doing this?
Why are you still with me, Jess?
Because why not? I mean, I don't know. Why do you want something? You want a heavy answer from me when I feel like I already done told you.
I just want to know why.
You're my best friend. For real.
So there's no. So
you're
if I make you
faithful, the commitment is equal for the both of us. If I felt like I was putting in a whole bunch more than I was getting out of the relationship, it would be a problem. So I feel like the effort is there. we coexist because of the effort. There's a commitment and loyalty there that I don't ever have to worry about. Like, I've never been a phone searcher, none of that. I'm very secure in this relationship.
You ain't gonna find nothing in my phone but everything I done told you about.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just like we've never had to do that with each other. So that level
Oh
of
no,
security.
you might find some surprises. Like if I got a surprise for you. So
okay, I'm not doing that. But I'm just saying, the level of security that I feel, I will never find that anywhere else.
You find it in Jesus. Hallelujah.
Come on.
You know, thank God. Hallelujah.
Let him use you.
All right, but yes, that's
for real. Like I there's no way that I could be single right now, like, and have to do this all over again.
Oh, Jesus,
there's absolutely no way.
I can't. I can't. Just sign
There's no way.
I was thinking about this the other day, babe. I said,
why would you think about this? Let me hear what's out your mouth.
Listen, I was just about to say, I don't know how people, bless their heart, I just pray for them all the time. I don't know how people can be single these days with the mindsets that a lot of people have, and the okayness of just, and the, I guess the, what am I trying to say? The outlook on marriage and what it is supposed to be like, or I don't know. It's
I just feel like we shouldn't know people that are divorced at our age. Like, I just feel like it's
I think we do, because
I know we do.
I think a lot of people. No, I'm saying I think a lot of people. What you're saying is very beautiful about your spouse, but a lot of people don't get married for the same reasons, babe. A lot of people got married in a situational thing. Like it was,
we got married before the hashtag and the Pinterest boards. So.
Not even that. I'm just saying some people just marry people to be marrying them. They're not in love with that person. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you forget that you got to go through some stuff when you get married.
Yeah, like it's not easy to.
But at the same time, when you're not used to taking care of somebody else, and then you get on to you got to realize people want to be so independent. They don't understand that sometimes you got to be dependent on each other. They don't understand what that means. They don't understand what sharing is. And that can go back to early childhood education. They don't know how to share. But all of that, man, people, and then people just go through a lot. People have a lot of family curses, generational things that's going on as well. They don't know how to love somebody, but I just think that they shouldn't be throwing marriage under the bus. And that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of good marriages, and there's a lot of people that stay married. I don't care about what happened in a relationship, but
it's different.
But they stayed married, and it's a reason why. And there's a reason why, and I think that's beautiful to me. I know, too deep. All right, so it looks like, go ahead, babe. We got another question. So we got another question. I want to read this question off. So, how do y'all deal with depression or low points with each other? Ooh,
why you look up like that?
Because I know if y'all listen to the podcast, y'all heard Ted's Too Deep say some stuff like that before. So with me first, and then we talked about your postpartum as well. So let's talk about that first, because that was the first thing. So the first thing I had to learn was that was real, and that I don't know if I did a good job or not, but I remember standing on the steps and you just letting me have it, and I was just like, I didn't even know. Like, duh, you know what I mean? I had a moment like, I don't know what's going on.
Was we?
We was here because it was after.
Well, CJ was a fresh.
Yeah, CJ was here. I mean, he was.
Yeah, he was really fresh. When
yeah. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it was just a lot, I guess, that you were going through, and I had no freaking clue. So me dealing with that was, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't in the way, and I wanted to make sure that I was there. Just when you needed me, but I didn't want to be in the way and try to not let you go through whatever it is that you was going through.
I will say that I did it completely incorrectly, because I did not seek any professional help. I was just dealing with it on my own. At that time, therapy was not a thing. Just like in the Black community, we just don't even talk about it. Being a Black woman at that, it's just like, deal with it, you're gonna be all right. Cry in a corner somewhere, don't let nobody see you. I mean, there was no way that I was ever gonna talk about those feelings out loud. And one time my boyfriend told me that I cried too much.
Back in the day, it probably was true.
It probably was. So I just kind of hardened up then, and I didn't want to communicate. Like, I just didn't want to communicate what I was going through. And I didn't even know what I was going through to be able to tell him what I was going through. So,
but when you figured it out, you sure did let me know.
I did. And it was rough then. And therapy, like I said, there was no way. I couldn't have told anybody in my family that I was thinking about going to therapy because nobody had ever gone to therapy.
Nobody's ever experienced that.
Nobody.
Yeah. And if they did, they didn't tell us.
Right. So, yeah, I just dealt with it, got over it. I got back to Zumba for sure. And that helped me a lot. But yeah, I didn't go about it the right way to make us successful at that time. But with his depression, or if that's what you want to call it, or you just had a low point.
I had a low point. I'll give it a low point.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say depression
because we weren't clinically diagnosed or anything.
So I wouldn't say that, but it was a low point. Yeah.
Yes. So, with his low point, he realized it and took a hold of it and said, I can't deal with this on my own. I need to talk to somebody else. I don't know if you felt like you was dumping on me or if I was a part of the issue. So you just wanted to find an unbiased third party.
Well, I was expecting one thing you got to realize too, and this is hard. This is just what I learned. I was expecting too much from you, and I was expecting you to solve. I was expecting you to solve issues that I had to deal with myself. And I wanted to have you say, like, I was always looking for confirmation on what I was thinking was right. And you was always the person that I turned to because you're my wife and you're my best friend. So even when you didn't give me that confirmation, or maybe didn't have the tools to understand what I was going through, it would just frustrate me. And then I would get in the same place of just being like, gosh, you just don't understand me. And it wasn't that you didn't understand. I didn't understand myself.
Yeah, that's the part.
And I didn't understand that I was actually, it was so crazy because I remember having that conversation and was like, I'm really the problem I'm having. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really me. Like, it's
really the problem that I'm having.
It's me. Like, I'm at a low point.
I'm my own problem.
Yeah, I'm at a low point right now because I'm thinking this way, and I'm, considering myself, less than what I don't know. I
was gonna say it was more. It was a lot. It's hard because I can feel you unloading on me, but I didn't have room on my plate for that because I was just dealing with my own stuff too. Like, team 2 kids at this point, just dealing with everything, everyday life.
I like this comment, babe. Read that.
Your partner can't be your Jesus. It's unfair for us to put that burden on our significant other.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. And that's deep because that is another thing that helps us through those low times. Y'all, listen, y'all. Your faith and your spirituality, and your relationship with God is so important, y'all. I mean, sure. It just helps out so much. Of course, you seek counseling. If you do not believe in God, of course, you can seek counseling. But I know from our that's what I said. From our perspective, is just seeking God and finding that inspiration, finding that motivation, finding something. What is the reason why? Ask yourself these questions that you ask your spouse. Like, what is the reason you're still with her? Like, you know what I mean? Why? What you're worried about? Why she's still with you? Why are you still with her? You know what I mean? Like, what is it? You know what I'm saying? So you got to make sure you have God in your marriage. And this is just our advice, y'all. Like I said, we're not therapists. I don't want y'all to get it twisted and say that we on here just telling people everything. No, we're just telling you from our experience. When I started praying more, when I started seeking help, when I started praying, I started being okay with seeking help. When I started praying, it helped me get the work. Like, okay, now that you prayed, you have to do the work.
Because faith without works is dead.
Exactly. So you want to make sure that you keep doing that. I mean, you want to keep attacking those things, but I feel like praying to God and figuring out the answers with God helps out anybody at a low point. So do you got a question for me? I feel like we left off and you had a question for me.
I do. What did I ask you this?
I don't know.
What was your favorite memory of the wedding day?
Oh, of the wedding day, our favorite memory. I really loved everything about our wedding, of course, but it was singing to you.
Lord.
That was my
Oh my
favorite.
God. It
When
broke me down so bad,
hey
y'all.
man,
I
when
was
I
trying to be a G. It didn't
listen,
work.
all I'm saying is,
It didn't work.
when I sung to you, I've always wanted. I was like, before, even when I was a little kid, I was like, even when I was a little kid, I was like, no, I was like, even when I was a little kid, I was like, I'm gonna sing to my wife, like I'm gonna sing to my wife, and when you finally get the opportunity to do it, and a lot of things frustrated me about that too, because the microphones kept messing. I'm never gonna forget that either.
Oh,
The microphones
geez.
kept going in and out, but I was like, I'm gonna sing my heart out at this wedding, and I'm gonna do it because this is the last time I'm gonna get married. So I want to make sure that I do a great job. But singing to you, seeing your reaction, seeing you cry,
Y'all was trying to hold it together
that was so
so
beautiful.
bad.
And I didn't understand why you was trying to hold it together. I'm just sitting there like, girl, if you don't cry, like you should just cry. You know what I'm saying?
Because like, I don't know. I just thought I was in control because my boyfriend had told me that I cry too much. So I was trying not to cry.
That's your wedding, and now you're being petty. You just being petty.
I'm just
at
joking
that
right
point.
now.
So shout out to my cousin DJ. He said y'all should have had me sing at the
I
wedding.
got a little something up my sleeve, boy.
He didn't he had no tats during that. I look back on those pictures. I said, oh man, cousin they had no tattoos or nothing when we got married.
Didn't he pull down the
Yeah, he had put it down. And he walked down somebody. Was it your mom? He
walked down my mama.
Yeah, walked down your mama to the seat. That's crazy. But anyways, that would be. Now I'm gonna ask you the same question. Like you answered that question for yourself.
I think that my favorite part of the wedding was saying my vows, because I got to not only honor you in the vows, but also my grandmother, because I talked about when I was looking in the yearbook and I was like, Granny, who should I date? Who should be my boyfriend? And she pointed you out in I didn't even give her like choose between these guys or anything. She was like, oh, him right there, this chocolate thing right here, that's who you need to be with. And I was just like, what? Why would you say him? Knowing I freaking loved Cordy at that point, Jesus. But she was just like, you need to be with him.
Wow, that's crazy. Every time I hear that, it makes me smile because I loved your granny, man. I didn't have a lot of time with her, but I could tell she loved me. I didn't do nothing but love you. So
that's all.
You know what I'm saying? So that was great. That was beautiful. Rest in peace to her. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful
Lord,
thing.
This is funny.
All right, come on, what we got?
Morgan said her favorite part was when Jesse tossed the bouquet and y'all took it from me. I still have my chance though, because you were 5. Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about.
She wasn't 5.
Okay, 12, whatever. Like
she was really young though.
Maybe not even 12. No, not even 12. I don't think
it was 12.
No, because we were 22. We 13 years apart. Oh my God, you were literally like 9 or 10.
Yeah, like 10
so
years
don't
old.
Even a child.
Yeah, Goodbye. Yeah. That's all good. That's all good though. You got a chance though. You always got a chance. Plus, you're a wonderful young lady. So somebody gonna marry you, girl. And you already know that's gonna happen. I'm gonna be there like, hey, dancing. I'm gonna be embarrassing you.
I can't wait. Ain't gonna be no embarrassment. It's gonna.
Girl, you might embarrass somebody because you're gonna be older. Quit acting like you're gonna always have the moves, girl.
I am gonna have
the moves. Might go out. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna have the moves.
Okay, yes, you are. You are going to have the moves. You're absolutely gonna have the moves. All right. So does anybody else say it? Go ahead and say it.
Y'all want to know what's crazy? Because of y'all, I want to get married.
Oh, really?
I've never known that.
He lying.
I know he's for them streets. For them streets.
Nah, he ain't for them streets. Don't say that. I'm just saying he lying. He just trying to be on the comment. He just want to get his comment in real quick. Like, hey, cuz, let me say this because this is gonna be dope, and then they gonna be able to say that. Because I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say that. But yeah, if you guys don't have any more questions, am I supposed to ask one more? Or how do you want to do this?
I mean, you can round it out. Don't be. Come on, light, because I've been real light with you.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
No, you haven't, babe. All right. So my question is,
you not even looking at paper. You just going off the cuff.
You know me.
Stick to the script.
I ain't got no more. That's it. I only wrote 4. I told you to write 10. I wrote
10.
Because you have to be prepared, babe. You know me. I'm off the fly. I can off the fly a lot. And you know that. All right. So my question is, how do we continue to raise our children during these times of COVID-19, Black Lives Matter? How do we continue to raise our beautiful children during this time? Because I think family is very important. I think we could possibly even end on that question. What do you think?
I think that we just have to communicate to them just like we communicate with each other. Like, people think to leave kids in the dark on stuff, but they are going through their own emotions and thoughts and feelings during this time too. So I just feel like no matter what your kid's age, you can communicate with them on that level. Because CJ, he literally said to me, why is it that we can go to Kroger but we can't go to sit in a restaurant maybe? Or no, he said, why can we go to Kroger but we can't go to school? And I had to just tell him, well, maybe because we're in Kroger for 20 minutes, but you're in school all day long. All day long. So the chance of you getting exposed to the virus on a longer amount of time would be at school. So it's just communication, period.
Yeah, I agree. I think as we always say, we're big on that, y'all. We say that almost every podcast. Communicating with each other is very important, and it's important with your kids. You want to make sure that you talk to your kids about everything, and how I think we would raise them is just keep them open and aware. I mean, I don't want to hide anything. My son knows about Breonna Taylor. You know what I mean? He knows exactly, kind of about, and I ain't gonna say all the exact details,
right, but
or anything. He knows something's going on. You know what I mean? Harmony, probably not so much because she's 3, but she's just aware of what's going on, and we'll just make sure make sure she stays aware. But we don't like talk to him every single day, but we have big conversations. Just like before this episode, so Kobe Bryant died earlier this year. We had a conversation about that. Of course, Chadwick Boseman passed away. And we had that conversation as well. My son really didn't understand it at first, but he left the conversation saying, well, I want to be Black Panther too. You know what I'm saying? So, it's something that we just learned to do in our family dynamic. To, hey, we need to talk to her. If something big happens in the world, you know what I mean? CJ's getting, I just rather him hear it from us. At least at the beginning level. I'd rather him hear it from us first, and then whatever somebody else may say to him afterwards, he can
ask us some questions about it.
Yeah, he can definitely do that. Y'all, I'm sorry we going over time, but we're gonna keep this going because I like this question right here. Do women ever see if they still got it in a relationship?
Hold it.
Oh, that's a good question. Let's put it back up and let's see. Do women ever want to see if they still got it while in a relationship? You know what this reminds me of?
What?
Aisha Curry. It reminds me of that.
I'm gonna tell y'all what, y'all gonna lay off for Aisha because this was the
question though. But this was kind of what the question going
on. All she was trying to do to see if she still got it for herself. Confidence in yourself.
Now, she was looking for affirmation though from other people, right?
I guess.
I think that's what that was her thing.
For me, it's how I feel in my clothing or.
Well, I'm gonna tell you now. If I'm gonna tell you now, if you want to see if you still got it, like you said, I hope it's your confidence.
Yeah, I'm not trying to test nothing.
Yeah, don't you try to test anything because it's gonna be pretty bad. But like, we know that for a fact. I don't want
and vice versa. I don't know what you.
Yeah, I know. I didn't think you caught that until it kept dwindling down.
No,
but yeah, we don't want to. If you just saying you want to build confidence in yourself and look in the mirror and do that, you know what I'm saying? I say you do that all the time. I mean, you got to know you're great. You know what I'm saying? So you got to know that you're beautiful. You got to know that you're beautiful and determined. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure that you bad, you know what I mean? And everything. So just get in that mirror, play with your makeup. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you want to do.
That's back to those affirmations for yourself, like saying it in the mirror.
Absolutely.
That's how I'm going to test if I still got it. And my still got it is for me. Do I still have it for me? Do I still?
And it benefits me if she still got it.
I mean, that's it. This is who I'm trying to impress.
Yeah. I love it.
Tennis shoes don't gotta buy no new dress. If you ain't there, ain't nobody else to impress. Who said that?
I don't know. Was it Beyonce?
Sure did.
I can't stand this. See, this is what I'm talking about. She just get on this Beyonce, right? We talked about Houston, Texas. That was my fault. All right. Well, if you guys don't have any other questions for tonight, this was a great show. Like this was a
really
great
idea.
Show. Great show.
Job.
No, you bring it to the table. You know what I'm saying? So, what's going on to everybody that is tuned in? What's going on, Chris, man? What's going on? Thank you all so much for tuning in to We Ain't Ghosts.
Yes.
And I want to tell y'all something. Y'all do know this is every Wednesday, right?
Every Wednesday.
yeah.
If you can't spell it, that's how you spell it.
Really, babe.
Wednesday.
Yes, at 10 p.m. we have a little cool flyer that's going around. Shout out to DJ YK for making that for us. But you know, just make sure you tune in. We got some really cool things that's planned too.
That's what I was gonna get into. I didn't know if you want to get
we're not
into
gonna,
it.
We're not getting into it.
Not
we're not gonna get
specifics,
into it.
but we have good things coming up. Possible collabs, but we got good things coming up.
Yes. Oh, we got another question. How do y'all? Let's see this. Hold on. We gotta answer that. Any question that we got, I want to make sure we answer. How do y'all challenge and support each other to be better? Well,
I feel like this was kind of like the question that we had previously, but how do y'all challenge and support each other?
How do we challenge though? I challenge her. I challenge her a lot, and I say, especially with Zumba, because I'll say, I think I said this the day before. I said, do you want to do Zumba every day? I think it's something like that. Yes, I was like, so for why don't you? I said, why don't you do Zumba every day? Just putting it in there.
I'm gonna do 2 days a week, and he's like, why? Why don't you
just do it every day?
Time somebody asks me, like a different location will ask me, do you want to do Zumba? And I'm just like, should I slap on another day? And I'm trying to do stuff while they have stuff to do. Like CJ has football, and me and Harmony can go do Zumba. Just balancing time so that we can still have time together, because this is our time together.
Yeah. I just know that's your happy place too. So I just want to make sure that you gotta be happy. So if anything that I can do, I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna keep asking you questions. I'm going to, say, hey, I like that outfit that you want to buy for Zumba. You know what I'm saying? Like,
let me show you some things then.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of be as supportive as possible. But just make sure it's enough. You know what I mean? You don't want to overdo it. I learned that the hard way, but at the same time, just still asking. My thing is, I like to ask questions that people usually ask me. Well, Taz, man, what makes you, want to do this so bad? How come when people ask me a question that makes me think like, oh, okay, I never looked at it from that perspective. So that's what I do with her. I know that for a fact. I was
going to say for you, you will let me listen to music before you release it or see how I like it. And I have always been honest with him. People think I'm just because I'm hype wife, it's gonna be like, oh, she's just gonna love whatever music he does. It's been some times I'm like, babe, that ain't the one. I don't
Girl,
like
it's
that.
been one time.
I hate that song.
I make hits. Don't get it twisted. Don't get these people confused.
No, I'm not saying it like that. I'm just saying I will be honest. Come on, chill out.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I will be honest with him and go, that was all right. But if I'm really feeling it, you get real reactions, even out of the kids, out of me, like, period. So,
yeah, okay. So Mr. Jerron came in a little bit late.
Oh, he came in late to the party.
Yeah, he got another question. How do y'all leverage me time apart from one another? We appreciate it. Whatever time that we have that's quote unquote me time, we just appreciate it. So when it's time for us to be apart, and when we are apart, like me, I just recently started going to the gym.
Yes.
I want to say almost 2 to 3 months now.
Yes.
Consistently going. And what we had to learn was I wasn't going to be away. I was going because I needed it. And when she realized that was something that I needed, and my personality was a little bit better, and I started, not being so, down so much, like, you appreciate that time that they have to get themselves together. Sort of like Zumba, even though it's not quiet time all the time, but it could just be her time. It's her time to be in her place. You know what I mean?
Had to ask you that, to like being honest. I had to ask you that. I'm like, well, what do you do for your me time? And he said, be with you.
Yeah,
that's what he said. I said, that's not it, babe. Like, you really, truly don't look at it as
I struggle with that.
Being away from me, but being with yourself.
Yeah,
look at it like that.
I struggle with that. That was a big thing for 2020.
Yeah, my me time will be these things. Like, I go get my nails done.
Yeah. So the me time is you know what, we have been getting creative with me time though, because the me time has been okay. Of course, my wonderful wife is in school, so she needs to have her
Pray,
time to
pray,
work on
saints.
school. But I remember before that you were reading books and you would go upstairs and you would
Mm-hmm.
just read. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And you'll probably let me know, hey babe, I'm about to start reading this book. Okay, cool. So it's not meant for me to go up there and mess with her. You know what I'm saying? It's my job to make sure that the kids is doing something. You know, if I want to get done, and I like I'm big on if she's up there reading, I'm not about to waste my time. Let me write a song. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to
Right.
write me a song, or I'm about to do something while everybody is quiet and everybody is doing something and everybody is just, participating in their own kind of space. So
We're
me
able to get a
time,
little me time these days also with
yeah,
our
well,
kids sometimes being away on the
well,
weekends.
too with me time though, I'm gonna say this: you can't be so stingy with your me time too when it comes to being married. You know that it's gonna be scheduled, or it's gonna be, if it is
Oh yeah,
impromptu,
we got to
you
talk
just gotta
about it.
talk about it. Like you can't just be like, you know what? I'm just tired of everybody. I'm just tired of it. This it. I
I
need
mean,
my me time.
even if that does happen, don't make it the norm of that
No,
all the
no,
time.
no. If
You,
it does happen, you just make sure you have a conversation so we can understand that. And I'm
that's what
not
I'm
saying make
saying.
it can be the norm. It can be the norm for you to go
For you to go
read.
rah rah rah,
No,
that's what
no.
I'm
Oh,
talking
okay. See,
about.
we was
That
different. We
part.
was on a different page
That's what I'm
then.
talking
You're right.
about.
You're right. So like it can be the norm to have your me time, but you
Yes.
just gotta make, unfortunately, or say fortunately, you got somebody to talk to make sure that you get it the correct way. So
Mm-hmm.
if you want your me time, you explain, this is what I need for a second. I don't need an hour or two or three. I might just need 30 minutes. I might need,
But you
you
might
know,
need an hour. So
no,
just
I'm saying,
communicate that.
babe, just chill on me. Yes, I'm saying communicate it,
I
woman.
need an hour.
Yes, if you need an hour,
Y'all remember
then
when
get
y'all
your
mama
hour.
used to say,
Jesus
give me
Christ.
30 minutes?
No, my
My
mama didn't
mama
say
used
that.
to always say
My
that
mama just
before I
used
even
to
asked her a
mysteriously go to
question.
the porch.
No, I'm just saying my mama, as soon as I hit the door, I remember talking to Deanna about this, Deanna Jeffries. Just give me 30 minutes. Our mamas used to say it all the time, and they wanted way more than that. But those 30 minutes actually helped. And being a mom now, I'm just like, somebody don't call me for 30 minutes. Just like, mama, can I have somebody? Don't ask me nothing for 30 minutes. It really is a good
Well, I
reset.
love being home, so because you be getting on my nerves with the kids. So when
I
I'm
get on your
home,
nerves.
yes, because when I'm home, I love it because
I do too,
it's
honey.
like y'all just talk to me because your mama don't feel like it right now.
I don't
So
have no more
she don't have no
sometimes.
more. Just come talk to me, and then of course they don't talk to daddy the same way that they talk to mama. So it's much easier
They don't
for me
ask
to
you
be
nothing.
right. It's much easier because they probably
You know what?
scared.
Never
And
mind.
they
I'm
probably
not
like,
even
you know
gonna
what?
ask
Because daddy
Daddy.
gonna say no, and I'm gonna say yes. I'm the one that's gonna say yes all the time.
I mean,
And literally, I'm telling you, literally, I'm gonna say yes all the time, but they just never ask me. So it's just okay, whatever. Or I'm gonna challenge them and say, "Well, Cortez, you say that you're hungry, but you just ate 5 minutes ago, and you ate this, and that. So are you sure you want to have that treat now, or would you like to wait later?" Like I'm that type. I'm that type of
CJ's
dad.
at the point now. He will start off a question to me and go, "Mama, can't." Never mind. I'ma just get it.
Oh
I'm
wow,
like, great, because you can reach things now.
that's dope.
He can reach stuff. He can go
That's
in the
dope.
refrigerator, get
Yeah,
his own drink.
that is beautiful. He actually takes the dishes, y'all. He takes the dishes while when we get done eating.
Yeah.
He takes them
He
and puts them.
cleaned
He
out
actually likes
Harmony.
to do that
He
too.
cleaned out Harmony's cup today because she wanted some orange juice, and I said, "Guess what? I don't feel like going downstairs to the basement and getting her cup from lunch. Somebody need to go get it."
Yeah, and he did.
He did. Rinsed it out. Got the orange juice. I
Yeah.
sat right here at this table.
So guys, it's getting late. Okay, it's getting late and I gotta go to work in the morning. So we love y'all so much. As we said, probably 5 or 10 minutes ago, this is We Ain't Goes. It's
This
happening
is a
every
lengthy
single.
one, but
Yeah, we're gonna put it up though. Make sure that y'all tune in every single Wednesday. It's gonna be incredible. Like I said, we got great things planned. You guys need to pay attention. Make sure you go like and subscribe to We Ain't Goes and do that. Okay, don't wait around and then be like, oh snap, something big just happened and I missed it. So make sure you tune in, get your wine. Hey, oh, and I said take a picture of what you drinking. If it's wine, if it's adult beverage, if it's just milk,
juice,
Kool-Aid, juice, whatever the case may, water,
Drink your water.
then make sure
That's
that you take a
important.
picture of you and you watching the podcast with your drink. Okay, that is
So
what
take
we
your
do.
picture right now while we still on there.
Yeah, while we still on there, make sure you still take your picture. Okay. But we love y'all so much. We thank y'all so much. And we want to make sure that y'all keep it going, keep the love going. And remember, thank you for tuning in to We Ain't Goes. And we will see y'all later.